So Twitch recently tweeted out this tweet to the Twitch support channel, which says that they are now testing a new feature on Twitch. What it talks about is that they're going to be testing automated mid-roll ads for some viewers. Now, this is a test to see how things go, but given that they have announced this, we've had a massive reaction from the community. Today, I'm going to talk about why Twitch is doing this and what we can expect, and why ultimately I think this is going to ultimately end up as a good thing, not the apocalyptic scenario that has got the entire internet frustrated. I think this is going to be a momentary flare-up of time, then you're going to see a bunch of people grumble, but ultimately it's going to be good for virtually everybody involved. All right, let's get into this. So Twitch has said that they are testing automated mid-roll ads. So we already have on the platform automated pre-roll ads, which is that if you are not subscribed to a creator, when you check out that creator's channel, you will be served with a pre-roll ad. This is, at this point in time, is the only ad that you will be automatically fed by Twitch. Any other ad that you will be seeing is going to be specifically triggered by the viewer, or is going to be some sort of scenario that the viewer is advertising, the streamer is advertising directly to you. Now Twitch is adding in mid-roll ads. So you could be in the midst of a stream and an ad will pop up for you. Why is Twitch doing this? The biggest thing I would tell you is that Twitch is following in YouTube's footsteps here. YouTube has very much blazed a trail in the online media sort of world. YouTube is utterly freaking huge. They have billions of users. It is something utterly freaking mind-blowing levels of content that is on YouTube. And YouTube, in that time, has managed to completely, from their acquisition by Google, has managed to become an utter powerhouse. I was looking at some details here, and we're going to bring this up on our screen right now. YouTube is a $15 billion a year business, Google reveals for the first time. This details how Alphabet released their fourth quarter earnings, said that they made nearly $5 billion in ad revenue in a 3-month period, and as part of it made about $15 billion in the 2019 fiscal year. Twitch wants a slice of that pie because that's a very, very, very tasty pie. Seriously, $15 billion is a lot of frickin' money out there. And Twitch is very much aiming to be the YouTube of live streaming. At this point, they are the dominant live streaming platform, and they're taking steps to establish themselves in that. So YouTube is a $15 billion company supported almost entirely off of their advertising network. Twitch wants to become the YouTube of live streaming, so they're following in their footsteps. And we've seen this. Twitch is transitioning into becoming an advertising network. We now see their advertisements on their front page, where they sometimes have banner ads on the side of their carousel that we can see. The introduction of pre-roll ads onto this website that happened that allows them to serve different ads up to different users. And now we see the introduction, or at least the testing, of mid-roll ads, which is something that YouTube is very well known for. Let's go into it a little bit more. Why does Twitch want to do this? Well, why does Twitch want to become an advertising platform? Well, basically, money is in advertising. You've got a couple different ways that for a company like Twitch, you have a couple different ways that they can choose to monetize. And monetize they have to. Twitch is a business. They gotta make money. A business that doesn't make money will not remain a business for long. Eventually, you run out of people who are willing to invest in you. Eventually, you run out of financiers. If you are not bringing in money, you are eventually just going to start circling the drain. Your employees will start to leave. You will stop being able to pay for your various infrastructure, and you go kaput. When it comes to advertising, advertising scales, and advertising is immediate. Someone who comes and uses Twitch will be served an ad and you have come and monetized that person like that. If tomorrow Twitch embarks on a user acquisition strategy and brings 100,000 people over onto Twitch, all 100,000 people, when they click on a stream, are going to be served a pre-roll ad, and you have monetized those 100,000 people. If they're then served a mid-roll ad, either manually triggered or automatically triggered, you are also further monetizing those people. Whereas in the other strategy that Twitch has, which is through the sale of bits and subscriptions, there is a time period before a user starts to become a paying customer. And because Twitch is a free website, you can sign up for free, you can watch streams for free, and you can even stream for free. There is a significant portion of Twitch's user base who are completely free-to-play users who don't choose to spend any money on this website. I myself was one. 4 months in, I hadn't spent $1. Eventually, after that 4-month period, I finally started to subscribe to some people. I myself still haven't bought any bits on this website, and I have been using it as a very active near power user for 2 years. So trying to get a bunch of users on site, get used to them, make them regulars, and then try desperately to get them to spend money on site can be a heck of a lot harder than just serving them an ad. And additionally, you have to do that work on every single user that comes in with a non-100% guarantee that each user will convert. And then you have to keep going after those users to keep spending money, because that's where your revenue is. Hey, FireMage456, you know how you subscribed to your favorite streamer last month? You gotta subscribe to them again this month, because Twitch also needs to make money this month. Hey, FireMage, also subscribe this month, and also subscribe this month, and also subscribe this month. As long as they're on platform, they're going to be continually hitting that person up for money, because they need money for their business to persist. The advertising side of things can totally scale. As long as you can keep selling advertising space to people, as long as you can keep convincing businesses who have money and want to spend money with you, spend some of their advertising budget with you, you can just keep money flowing in. And I gotta tell you, as someone who's in the business world, businesses have a heck of a lot more disposable money than Timmy and Tammy and Jean and John have to be able to spend on this website. I myself will spend $15 to $20 a month on this website supporting individuals. The company that I work for has an advertising budget far greater than that $250 that I am willing to spend per year. The amount of money that some of the companies that I've worked for are willing to spend on advertising is mind-boggling. And Twitch wants that because they want to spend their money compared to trying to convince that Timmy and Tammy to spend their money on this website. So, what does this mean for you? We're experimenting with new ad experiences on Twitch. Ads are an important part of Twitch. They help keep Twitch free for creators and viewers, enable us to continue to craft new and innovative features, supply unique and engaging content to our community. What this means is you're going to be served ads, and Twitch is going to be able to make money. This is a good thing. You want Twitch to make money. If Twitch makes money, Twitch stays in business. If Twitch makes money, they can continue to hire more staff members to make new and better features to make this platform better. If you are sitting there being frustrated at the lack of new features that, like, I know a lot of my viewers are saying, like someone commenting recently about the Twitch mobile experience, other people talking about the UI, and a number of other complaints that I see regularly from the people in my community. If you want Twitch to be able to do things about this, they need to have the personnel, they need to have the staff, they need to have the dollars to be able to do this. Another reason why Twitch is doing this has to do with the average watch time of users and the way that people tend to interact with Twitch. Whereas if you go on YouTube, what you are going to do is you're going to find a video and you're going to watch that video. You'll be served a pre-roll ad, potentially 1 or 2 mid-roll ads, depending upon the length of the video. And then when that video is done, you're either going to leave and then come back at a future point and watch another video, or you are going to continue and find another video, either letting the autoplayer play you another video, or finding something on that side list and starting to go down that YouTube rabbit hole, which means that the longer you spend on YouTube, the more ads you are going to be subjected to, and the more they are able to monetize your time. Twitch, it doesn't work that same way. The average user on Twitch watches something crazy like 95 minutes of spends 95 minutes of time on Twitch. And the very nature of live streaming has people camping in specific streams. If you like Asmongold, you're going to show up to Twitch, watch Asmongold, and either the only time you are likely to switch is if Asmongold leaves or you have to leave, because Asmongold is so entertaining that you are just going to stay in his stream. And the same can be said for virtually anybody else. Replace Asmongold's name with somebody else's name. The only time you are likely to bounce between streams is when that streamer ends their stream and goes a raiding, and then you go and find someone else because you're people are very unlikely to stay after a raid, or you're really bored with the content that is currently being put out there. Which means if you go on average, if someone comes to the Twitch platform, they're going to go find a stream. They're going to be served a pre-roll ad if they're not already subscribed to that streamer. And then they're going to spend their 95 plus minutes on platform, and then they're going to leave. Twitch is looking at the YouTube model and saying, can we monetize that period of time that someone's on here? Because on YouTube, they can be served an ad every 10 minutes. Maybe we could do something like that. And that's what this experiment is, to see what mid-roll ads do. We don't yet know the frequency that these mid-roll ads are going to go out, and that is very much going to be what is going to determine if this works or not. They're doing it because mid-roll ads allow them to monetize some other portion of that 95-minute period of time that someone's on platform. Instead of just getting 0.0, and then maybe you can get 0.0, 0.30, 0.60, and 0.90, which is going to allow them to sell 4 times as much advertising space and allow them to monetize you 4 times rather than 1. And they're looking at it and going like, there's a huge opportunity here. Maybe we can see if we can work on it. So that's what this is all about. Really, the entire thing is breaking down to Twitch is seeing if they can monetize you more, because they want to make more money. Provided that Twitch does this well, this is going to be a benefit to everybody involved, honestly. So the first people who are going to benefit, of course, is Twitch. If Twitch can bring in more money, they can make sure their business survives, and they can keep their platform up, and you as a Twitch user or potential Twitch user are going to be able to go to Twitch and find content, which is good. It also means if there is a positive cash flow for Twitch, they can keep implementing new features and stay ahead with the times, which will also contribute to making Twitch the best platform that it can be. The streamers benefit. Streamers are constantly concerned about money. Once you hit a point where you are trying to become legitimate, and honestly, even before that, once you hit a point where you get that first taste of making money, streamers start thinking about money, because this is really cool. You can do a hobby and you can make money, which is really, really fun. Advertising is a portion of everybody's income from Twitch. Depending upon how big you are, it can hit very different sizes. So I went and looked at my last 365 days. I can't show you guys the specific things because I believe it's showing you a little bit too much confidential information in it. But within the last 365 days, me as a small streamer, I made $21.26 from advertising. Now, virtually all of this advertising, I've experimented with it a tiny bit, but virtually all of this advertising came from pre-roll ads. Now, this $21.26 is about 4% of my overall income from Twitch over the last 365 days. I made just a little over $500. That just shy of $25 was my total take from advertising. If Twitch starts to implement mid-roll ads, I am going to see an increase because Twitch splits the ad revenue with us. We don't know what that split is exactly because Twitch sort of negotiates things and then offers a base rate to streamers. But if suddenly I go from my users, and I do apologize, guys, I'm straight up talking about monetizing you. If I go from my users watching one ad a stream to watching 4 ads for every stream, that number is going to, go up by 4. That number is going to go up by 4. Instead of $21.26, that number is going to be $100. Well, okay, let's actually do the 4x thing on that. That number, instead of being $21.26, is going to be $85.04. Again, hardly earth-shattering, but $80 is a significantly greater period of that $500 payout that I made in the payout that I had within my last 365 days than the $21 is. 21, you look at it and go like, whatever. 80, you're like, that's significant. And the vast majority of this was me at about an 18 average viewer streamer. Extrapolate that forward. If I were to be a 180 viewer streamer, instead of making roughly $80 to $100 a year in advertising, I would instead be making $800 to $1,000 a year in advertising. That is suddenly a significant portion. So it is useful for the streamer because ads start to become a much more significant portion of their income on this platform. The more income that they are bringing in, the more they can focus on their content rather than having to focus upon their monetization. And the more likely they are to be able to sustain themselves off of what they're doing on Twitch. Because if I was able to sustain myself on Twitch, the type of content I could give you guys would be so much better than the type of content I can give you guys now. I have to spend about 45 hours of my week at work focused on that. If I could take that 45 hours and spend it on making good, high quality content and planning for these streams, oh man, you guys would have an amazing product. And having a source of income like that be available to me would be fantastic. Additionally, it is going to allow streamers the ability to pull away from the crowdfunding and the begging sides of Twitch. Now, subscriptions are a common thing on Twitch, but I've talked about it before. There's a kind of an element on Twitch of feeling like begging, just like, hey guys, please, can you donate to my stream? I want to become a full-time streamer. I need you to spend $5 so I can live my dream. Please, give me $5 so I can live my dream. And there is something just kind of pathetic about that. Let's be very real. Having to depend upon the kindness of strangers and repeatedly ask them for money sucks. And it also means that if 10% of your users are having a bad month, you can see a 10% drop in your revenue, which sucks. Being able to instead depend upon a different source of revenue, like advertising, will make things a lot more stable for you and mean that you don't have to ask your viewers for money all the time, which again can also be incredibly off-putting. If you guys were to come into this channel and every single day I was like, hey guys, please remember to subscribe. I'm trying to do this as a full-time job, and if you don't subscribe, I might not even be able to afford ramen this month. Is going to be, well, very pathetic, and is going to be off-putting for some potential users. Whereas if I can just depend upon those ads and those mid-rolls and let that money come in, well, maybe I can provide you guys a lot better content and never even have to talk about that sub button over there. Wouldn't that be nice? And then, and I've straight up been saying this is better for the user Because the more stable someone's finances is, the more that advertising becomes a portion of somebody's income, the more they can focus on their content, the more likely they are to be able to become a full-time streamer and put out better and higher quality content and focus on their growth, which means that you are going to have more streamers on this platform who are going to be focusing upon better and higher quality content and giving you the best situation and the best entertainment value out there. Because as a streamer, I want to give you guys the best entertainment that you guys can. And you as viewers want the best entertainment as you can. Yes, the payoff is looking at ads. They're going to suck. I know. But if it means that I can do a better show and you guys can get a better show, I think this is something that you guys should honestly be okay with. Because the alternative is me having to ask you entirely for money, and the entirety of the show is dependent upon your generosity. Paid for by viewers like you. PBS, please don't sue me. The biggest issue that I've seen with regards to this is the timing of these ads. So this is going to lead right into our next question. People are worried that this is going to put content behind a wall. Whereas on YouTube, the video pauses and you are shown an ad. On Twitch, they aren't pausing the live stream. You are just in the middle of doing something. So what if you have a neck and neck match? Or better yet, what if you have a League of Legends, you're getting everyone just like going down the middle. You see a major battle about to happen between the two opposing sides. It's going to be grand, and hey, have you heard about Beats organic beet chips? You can buy them at your local grocery store. That's going to be very frustrating. Twitch has said that they're going to be using picture-in-picture with these ads so that you will still be able to see the stream while that is going, so you won't miss any moments. The other thing that they are likely going to having to experiment is the size of these two elements to make sure to see what the different bounce rate of these ads causes and the frustration level of actually missing content. They're going to need to find a point where people can still like see the content, but also see the advertisement, but also that the advertisement is not just like a tiny thing in the corner that is ignorable. Because if the advertisement is ignorable, no one's going to advertise on Twitch because no one's going to pay attention to those adverts. So they do have to find a way of those adverts being noticeable, but also that people won't feel like they are missing content, because if they miss content, they're going to be frustrated. The other issue that we're seeing is volume of the ads. Now, there's two different levels of this. One is that there's worry about the competition of the ad and the stream. And most likely you are going to see the streams muted, so the ad audio is the only thing hearable. Because if you start to get ad audio mixing with another person's audio, it's just going to be bad for everybody involved. So most likely you will see these mid-roll ads mute the stream. You can still visually see the stream. You get the ad, and then the stream comes back. There is another worry about the audio volume of the ad. Everybody out there has had the television complaint where you're watching a movie, they're talking around like this, and whatever, and everything's good, and suddenly, hey, have you heard about Beats organic beet chips? Everyone's like, oh my God, my ears. So, very brief summary of this. Twitch is trying to become an advertising platform to a greater degree than they already are. Why? Because advertising is where the money is. Because they're going after businesses rather than individuals, which means that you can have an advertising arm focus on bringing in money, and then you can have a different arm of the business focused on bringing in users. If they were to instead go with a different strategy, they would have to have a user acquisition arm who then brings people in and then also spends a lot of effort trying to convince those people to monetize. Timmy and Tammy have a hard time parting with their money, whereas businesses specifically have budgets set aside where they want to give companies money so that they can advertise it on. And they want to go for those because businesses have a lot more money. To that end, Twitch is trying and experimenting with mid-roll ads. They want to be like YouTube because YouTube makes a lot of money. They want to make a lot of money. This is going to benefit everybody. If it succeeds, Twitch is going to make more money, allowing them to hire more staff and add more features, stay up to date, and become the best platform they can. Creators are going to get a greater portion of their revenue derived from ads, which means that they can focus less effort on trying to monetize their own individuals and can instead put that effort into trying to create better content and just bring more users in, because more users also means more ads watched, which is more revenue for them. And ultimately, it will be better for the users on this platform because their creators will have a more stable source of income, which means they can focus, again, on creating better content for the viewers instead of sitting there begging and asking for money. There are going to be a number of things that we expect Twitch to experiment with. This is still an experiment, not rolled out to every user. And I think the success or failure of this program is going to depend upon the frequency that these mid-roll ads are shown and the frequency of mid-roll ad shutoff time that manually running an ad will give you. If you do not like mid-roll ads, either vote with your time by going to a different website and hoping a lot of other people choose to do so, by subscribing to the individuals whose content you watch the most, because that will disable the mid-rolls and incidentally pre-rolls, by convincing those very streamers to manually run ads so that they can control when the ads are run rather than randomly be served ads, or by making use of a Twitch Turbo subscription so that you are not served any ads on the website. All right, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is a breakdown from a Twitch talk that I've edited much more for YouTube brevity, so you don't get the let me check my notes and all of that comes from a live stream. But there was a lot more content put out there in the live stream, plus a couple of breaks to talk with some people. So if you guys thought this was interesting, why not head over to my Twitch? You can find a link below this video to see content like this when it's live. If you guys like this and want to watch another video, why not check out my series where I talk about starting to get into streaming? I've got a 4-part series, so why not check out video 1 over here? Hopefully you'll learn something, and if you're thinking about streaming or even are a streamer right now, maybe you can learn something new from it. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the next one.